What's some of your favorite backs now in the league, bro? What's some of the guys you
Man,
enjoy watching?
man, I like the boys in Detroit.
Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery. Gibbs and
Montgomery,
Montgomery.
yeah, Montgomery,
Yeah.
Gibbs, I like them. Bijan, I like Bijan. Chase Brown, at
Bijan
Cincinnati.
cold, bro.
Yeah,
Bijan cold,
oh
bro.
yeah, Bijan,
He
nice man.
makes
I
some
think
cuts. He
they
makes
need to
some cuts.
use.
I
I
don't
think they
even
need to
know how
use
to
him.
call.
I think they need to use him a little more. But at the same time, they're trying to build a passing game. But at the same time, he's an animal. You know what I mean? Like
He's
you just go.
special, bro.
Yeah, right. But those are some of the guys I really look at now that fit, what's going on now. But they also run with some power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what I like. I like some guys that can run with some power, break some tackles, um, keep the drive alive or whatever. But it's rare to find backs these days like Marshawn or myself, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
Derrick Henry, he's still there. Adrian Peterson, you know what I mean. It's hard to find guys
Mm.
like that. There's no real featured backs in the league anymore. We were kind of the last of the dying breed of like a featured running back. Now it's
Yeah.
running back by committee, but ain't no featured guys no more outside of like a Derrick Henry or, it's dying off though.
Why is that? Why you think that is? You think it's a money thing? Just they don't value the position? Because you get to the playoffs, everybody turning around and handing the ball off. I can make an argument the
Yeah,
Chiefs wouldn't have their 3 Super Bowls without a running back in each one of those playoff runs
yeah.
running the football.
You're right. Yeah, no, exactly. You're right. But I think that now it's like, when I used to call some of my coaches, back in college or even in the pros, after I retired, and you like, hey, what you got? What you got? Who you got? And it's like,
Yeah.
ain't nobody different. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody different. It's the same guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Money, we talk
I
about it.
I just think, with college and the way college is and the way they need smaller back to get involved in the passing game, somebody that can get out and go, 3 downs. And then they wanna who's hot, you know what I mean? So it's using two because I think durability too. I think that got a lot to do with it as well. You can't have a guy go down that's your featured guy and then now he's done for the season. But
I
at the same
think.
time, I think that with the dynamics of the offenses have changed. So it's trying to get the passing game and create the mismatch or whatever, and then just use the run game just to kind of keep the chains moving or keep it honest. But I think it'll get back. You know what I mean? I think it's going back
Yeah.
now. It's been a lot of runs in the league this first part of the season. The running game has really beneficial. I've been liking watching. You know what I mean? It's been used.
Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact. I seen a run that Montgomery had against Seattle,
That boy run hard, man.
and I was like, "Ooh, that reminds you of some old school." You know what I mean? Ain't seen one of these in a long time, but I mean, it embodied the whole. You know what I mean? The whole mindset of a running back. It showed power, speed, vision,
Yeah.
agility. Just like that had to go in his whole bag to make sure he pulled that off. And then at the end of the day, that looked good. And then it reminds you, like, oh yeah, this is, you know what I mean? You still got some out here playing football. You
But
feel me? Like,
he been doing that too now. He
That's
did it in
he has,
Chicago. He
yeah,
man.
did it in Chicago,
He
you
just
know?
had to get from around that bad team, bro.
Yeah,
He was in a
right,
bad.
right,
He was
right.
in a bad situation.
Yeah. But nah, I've met him personally and just worked with him before, but he's got that mentality, you know what I mean? He come from, where he's from. I don't know if you probably heard his story. I think they did a story on him.
Yeah.
But, he hungry, put it like that. You know what I'm saying? He's hungry,
okay,
and he's very deserving of where he is, and he's a humble kid, you know what I mean? And he got a story behind him though that's very powerful, and you can tell why he run like that if you look research him.
well,
He's
you
hungry, put it
did.
like that.
You see
Yeah.
why he dropping that shoulder on me? Yeah, I need that. Let me get that.
Drop.
I know
Drop
it's
him.
only a couple extra yards, but I need that.
Right. You gotta
Hey,
I
set that you gotta
need that.
set that thing up, man. You know what I mean? You don't see that
Yeah,
no more. I like I like to
yeah.
drop that shoulder on a motherfucker just to let him know, look, this what you got coming in the third, fourth quarter, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
coming
Hey,
heavy.
did you pack your lunch?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be a long day, bro.
But you know
On
Yeah,
my
what?
soul.
Like I was just about to say that, guys. Like to me, I don't know, man. They
Here
just
goes
don't
some
make.
more hate.
They don't. Well, no, they just don't make them like that no more. Think
nah,
about what you just said, Ma. You just said, I, I just want to let him know what he finna get all day.
yeah,
I'm gonna
nah,
drop it on him just to let him know.
right, yeah,
You know what
and
I'm
it's
saying?
coming. This is
You almost
all
feel like
day.
some of the physicality is starting to be legislated out of the game, and that's why they devalue our
Yeah,
position when you talk about paying them. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like
right.
I don't necessarily know about that, man. But like, who was some of your like OGs? Who was some of the guys that when you first came in the league said, "Come on, man, let me show you. Don't go that way. Go this way." You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, man. Dwayne Starks. He was with us. You know,
Yeah.
what I mean, he as a DB. On the
Yes,
team.
sir.
Of course, you had Ray Lewis. Me and Ray, we clicked up and we was together all the time. And as far as on the running back tip though,
Mhm.
Priest Holmes, like he took me like
Oh,
That's right.
straight
He
up.
came with
I
you.
remember when I basically earned the job. After we played Miami and I walked into the locker room and Priest was there, you know what I mean? And he was in the locker room and he walked up to me and he was like, put his hand out and he was like, man, he said, it's yours. He said, whatever you
Outside.
need, I got you. But he was the one that kind of taught me how to be a student of the game. Sam Gash, they taught me how to really,
My guy.
read defenses and know where you're going before you get there, how to make just how not to just run. You know what I mean? Like when I
Yeah.
was in college, I started as a freshman, and Coach Sanders, who was our running back coach, he said, "Look, he said you starting as a freshman, so I can't teach you." He said, like, honestly, just take the ball and run like hell. So that's what I did my whole hey look, that's what I did in my whole college career, just ran like hell. I
oh,
didn't hey
well, that
listen,
should work.
I wasn't reading no defenses. I wasn't reading. Just tell me where to go and how I need to get there, and I'll do the rest. You know what I'm
And I
saying?
do the rest.
But you know what? But you
Yeah.
know what though? That caught up with me though. It caught up with me. And I remember Ernest Biner. Ernest Biner was like an assistant, with the Ravens, and he asked me. He said he asked me a question because I was struggling with a few games and it was like wasn't hitting
Mhm.
like. And he said, tell me who everybody got on the offensive line on this defense, and I was like, he got him. He got him. You know what I'm saying? He was like,
Yeah.
nah. He said, you don't know, do you? I said, nah, I don't know. He said, look, this you got to learn this. And he taught me, he started quizzing me every week, you know what I mean, which made me study more. And it made me understand, my defenses, where everybody was going, who everybody had. So therefore I could be more patient. I could, know where it's at. I know when to abandon ship, when not to, and all this stuff. But at the same time, dude, that's the year I went for 2,000 yards.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
and
man,
and it
get the
was
hell out of here,
it was one of
man.
them things where I look at backs now today and you see backs fall off, you know what I mean? And you're
Mhm.
like, why? You know what I'm saying, after 3-4 years. But a lot of guys, you know what I mean, they don't get smarter. You know what I'm saying? They don't get smarter.
Mhm.
And you ain't getting no faster. You ain't getting no quicker. So,
Yeah.
as you get older, you got to get smarter. And that's
Yeah.
what keep you ahead. And I think
Yeah, I
my
agree with
10-year
that.
career, you know what I mean, and holding down my spot, for 10 years, like as a starting running back, it was me just getting smarter every year, you know what I mean, with everything and knowing what I need to do. And that's how I was able to beat out them young guys that was coming in running like a, you know what I'm saying? You like,
Hey, you know what? Now that you just paint that picture, man. I don't know who I was telling, but I was like, man, you know what? You're like your worth ethic type. And I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, you know what's crazy is like every year I was in the NFL. Every year. I'm like, man, they always drafted
Yep.
another running back.
Yeah.
I said, always. I said, no matter, I said, you know what? Even when I came in, I said, I was drafted and they drafted another running back. And I'm like, no matter what it was, they always. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I'm like, man, is this
Right.
because they don't with me? Or I'm like, they always looking to replace you. And then the thing
Always.
is, you know, some of these guys that they was bringing in, like you look at their numbers on the you know, they numbers on the damn info list, and it's like, yeah, I mean, 4'3", yeah, I mean, bench press 25 times, agility 4'1", L drill a 6'9". I'm like, damn, this fast, strong,
Right.
all the and I'm like, oh yeah, man, they trying to get me up out of here, like, man. But as I, you know what I mean, the more years I put in league, and then, you know what I mean, it was my mind that elevated. Now you talk about, you ain't get no faster, you ain't get no stronger, but my mind had elevated every year. And I think that's what really helped me, you know what I mean, secure my position as, you know what I mean, as a runner, because every year they brought in another running back. And I don't care if
Yeah.
that was from my first year or when I retired and came back, and, you know what I mean, every year I was playing, they drafted another running back. Get me on up out of that thing. I mean, I know I'm going to get got, but I'm going to get mine more than I get got, though.
2-4 for the one time. I'ma get got, but I bet I get mine. 2-4 to 2-6, and if I get got, then you know what I'ma get.